Welcome, my Lemonians, to Mod of the Week. This week we're looking at Aberration, a Half-Life 2 Episode 2 mod, which looked pretty awesome from the screenshots and all that stuff. I looked at it and I thought it looked pretty great, and for the first 10 minutes I thought it played pretty well too, but as I got further into it I didn't really like it that much. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get started, shall we? It kind of starts off weird. I mean, you just pop up in this area, you're not given any instructions. There's just a little title, Chapter 1. You don't know where to go, you try opening some doors, but it doesn't work. You're given no story, and you're a little confused, but finally you try opening a door, and it tells you to get a key. So, you continue searching, and yet you find a crowbar, which, you know, that's fine. It's a Half-Life mod, you knew that was coming around, or at least something that looked like a crowbar, and you break a few windows already. Now, you jump through a few hoops, and you walk through a few areas with spooky sounds and footsteps, and eventually you just go into a room, and all of a sudden, boom, there's a zombie, and you kind of beat him to death, and all of a sudden you turn the next corner, and boom, another zombie. So it's kind of weird. The zombies don't have head crabs for some reason. I don't understand if it's an alternate universe where there are no head crabs. And if so, where's the explanation? I would like to know whether this takes place in the Half-Life universe or not. Yet again, with no story. And honestly, I think it's kind of lazy. They just have the same zombies without head crabs. I think it's extremely lazy. One thing to also notice is that there's graffiti everywhere, and you will see this graffiti repeated again and again and again. But that's not a huge deal. I mean, you see plenty of the same graffiti in Half-Life 2. But one thing that is pretty interesting is that it does have a lot of mind twists. And by that I mean when you walk into a room and it takes you to a completely different area. And it starts off pretty quickly, and it's pretty cool the first time you do it, until you realize it's a very tedious jumping puzzle, which isn't very easy at all. Be ready to save a lot in this mod, too, because, oh my gosh, the difficulty drives you insane. The difficulty spike is out of control. I mean, there's times where you can't even get a shot in. There's times where you die every 2 seconds. It's not fun. And it feels like a chore, and I really don't want my mods to feel like a chore. And yeah, I get it. I know things are supposed to be difficult, because that's why you keep playing it, is because there's a challenge. But you're not supposed to have that right off the bat within the first 4 minutes. I mean, I got stuck at this part for a while. It's kind of annoying. I had to have a quick save button ready after failing the first 5 times. But no matter. And of course, after the mind twist, it puts you the completely wrong way, so you end up walking the wrong way and backtracking quite a bit. Most of the time, guys, when you have a mind twist, you should probably put us in the right direction so we don't end up backtracking, because it's kind of annoying. But eventually, when you find the way back, you get a cheap scare, which is just a silhouette, and it just stays there. It's not very scary, it's just a silhouette of a CP. It's not scary, it just sits there. But whatever. And then all of a sudden, guess what? There's CP, and you're like, wait a minute, I thought this wasn't Half-Life because there's normal zombies. Well, nope, there's CP. And all of a sudden, they just have a machine gun on the ground, because yeah, you just find machine guns everywhere on the ground. And this is where I'm talking about it gets difficult. You jump in, and all of a sudden, whoa, 7 CP running at you, and you have barely any ammo. And guess what? If you're out of ammo, you're screwed. And before that, you have low health, because that stupid mind twist you did, every time you jump on something, it's as if it's fall damage, so you take a lot of damage. So when you're shooting these CP, you gotta make sure to take cover, but guess what? It's extremely hard to shoot these guys, for some reason. I don't know why. You are seriously just showering them with bullets and absolutely does nothing. They don't even flinch, they just completely destroy you every single time. It gets so annoying. Again, this is why you need to have a quick save, because you gotta save after every time you kill a new enemy. It's annoying, I know, and that's why this mod is kinda starting to piss me off. And yeah, there are a couple new weapon models, like the SMG and the 9mm gun, but you know what? It's not that new. It's the exact same model with just random crap on it. It makes the exact same sound most of the time, and it has a little scope that you can't even use on it. And all of a sudden, boom, there's a hunter for some reason. I don't know why. It's just weird. You don't know where you are, you don't know what you're trying to do, you don't know who you are, you don't know why you're doing any of this. You need to have a story. You need to have something to make the person want to play the game. You can't just pop them somewhere and be like, yeah, just go forward. No, it doesn't work that way. Then you just feel like you're messing around in Gmod or something. And that's not very fun. I can do that whenever I want. I want a story. I want something new with the same game, you know? That's what mods are for. And then, all of a sudden, you're underground now. So, yeah, that's how that works. And you know what? Explain something to me. Why does getting hit with a flying barrel hurt more than getting showered with bullets? That doesn't make any sense to me. Since when were bullets less lethal than a flying barrel? Whatever. Pretty soon you're underground and you're just shooting zombies because, zombies are there now. And again, I find it extremely lazy that they just use the same exact model, same exact sound, same exact everything besides the head crab. They're like, oh, it's different because I removed the head crab. You know what? It's not that hard. You can remove the head crab. And then, of course, the CP's AI is terrible. They just walk in ready to shoot you and ready for them to be shot. They're just walking in side by side. It's not even a challenge. It feels like a shooting gallery. They're all clumped together and it looks ridiculous. Now, I know it's not the smartest AI, but there's so many ways to make it look smart. This is like Half-Life 1 stuff. But you know what? Half-Life 1 had an excuse. It was made in 1996. This is a new mod. There's ways to make it look good. You don't have to make them look all clumped together like they're just staring at a floor. And then you get to a part where you have to call it on an elevator and just defend it and wait for it to get down so you can go up to the next level. It sounds pretty boring, and you know what? It is pretty boring. And it's kind of ripped off right off of Half-Life 2 when you have to wait for the teleporter to load up. And that's pretty much what it is. It even has one of those fight scene music scores. It gets really boring. It's really easy considering there's like 2 doors that the NPCs come out of and you just completely mow them down. It's not hard. It's not fun. Like I said, it just feels like a tedious chore. There's also this stupid puzzle part where there's just an obvious box of grenades that tells you, hey, this isn't working, so I guess you should just throw crap at it, right? I mean, I don't expect it to be a fantastic puzzle, but give us something to do. Don't just make me throw some crap at it. Oh, maybe give me some AI to shoot. Oh, wait, there it is. And it's just running in line like a stupid AI it is. And yeah, I may be going a little harsh on this guy, but he released this full thing saying it was a full mod, when really it just feels like he was experimenting with a mod maker or something. Which, you know what, like I said again, is fine. But don't release it as a full thing. That's ridiculous. No one wants to play your experiment. The experiment is for you to test out, to see your mod skills. And eventually, you get through that entire defense area and you go up that elevator and it's slow. And it's a loading screen. All of a sudden, just boom! You're inside a new area. You don't get to be on the elevator anymore. You're just there, You're in a new area. The elevator seems to have just pushed you out magically and you don't know where you are. Again, with no story. You're confused. And even the chapters have specific names. It's weird. I don't know what the names mean because there's no story. I don't understand. And now we're back to like the first kind of level thing where there's creepy scares, creepy footsteps. And it's just weird. And all of a sudden you get in this cafeteria and boom, there's just a ragdoll with red glowing eyes throwing tables at you. And it looks really crappy. It doesn't look good. Who is this guy throwing chairs at me? Who is this guy throwing tables at me? I don't know. I never know. I don't understand what any of this is because they never give me any explanation whatsoever. Oh, and then there's this part where there's another mind twist. Now this mind twist is one where you're in a long, tall hallway and you walk back and forth. On each side of the hallway there's a door. Now you go to the first door and it's locked. So you turn around and now the other door is gone. So you run to the other side, you turn around, and now the other door is gone. And you keep doing back and forth until the hallway gets smaller. Now that would be a really cool effect, and it would be really creepy if it wasn't already stolen from another mod. And that's where I kind of reach my breaking point with this mod. This section is taken from another mod titled Nightmare House 2. And the fact that this guy just kind of stole it and put it on his own product is disrespectful. Even later in the credits, he doesn't even give the guy credit. And then boom, all of a sudden you're in an antlion tunnel from Half-Life 2 Episode 2. Why? I don't know, you just teleport there, and all of a sudden you find a base. Is there anybody there? No. So you just go through, there's a small little jumping puzzle and everything, and it's pretty boring and tedious like the rest of this stupid mod. By now, you're like 15 minutes in, and you're just kind of getting annoyed, and you're hoping it picks up soon. But guess what? You find a door, you open it, you go through, and it says, "To be continued." Are you serious? What is to be continued? I don't know what just happened. I don't know the story. I don't know the characters. I don't know what's going on. You can't say to be continued if we don't know what is to be continued. All I know is I went through a series of shooting people CP, zombies, all that kind of stuff, and it got me nowhere. I don't know what's going on. I don't know who I am. I don't know why any of this is even going on. It's a ridiculous idea, the fact that this guy just threw together a test and makes everyone play it and makes it seem like a type of story. And you know what? Like I said at the credits, he doesn't give anybody credit that actually had stuff in it. He's like, thanks to all these guys for one model and one other model. Good job, guys. It's not like I had to thank Val for the soundtrack, or I had to thank the one guy who made Nightmare House 2. Oh, and I love this. Thanks to everyone who has supported me making Aberration. This is for you. What's for you? I don't know what just happened. And who are you all thanking? The 2 teenage kids in their mom's basement eating Hot Pockets? Good job. I'm so proud of you guys for making this piece of crap. Oh, and then at the end of the credits, the game just stops. Yeah. It doesn't bring you back to the main menu. Nope, just stops you on this one screen. That's it. Yeah, you have to quit. Otherwise, nothing's going to happen. You have to go ahead and hit quit, because other than that, you're just going to stay here staring at this stupid screen. I give this mod like a 3 out of 10. It wasn't that great. Don't look at it. It's disrespectful. It's just a test. I mean, I guess if you want to have something to do, go ahead and play it. Thanks for watching my mod of the week. Make sure to tune in next week for my next review. Thanks for watching. Make sure to become a Lemonian and subscribe. And hit that fave and like button. Bye-bye.